Hello there. This is an archival video about Broadside Beaches, Episode 2, The Wonderful World of Studio Grounds. In the description, there's a link to a website that, when you open it, simply doesn't exist anymore. However, this website is fully archived on web.archive, as far as I can tell. You have to be careful about opening it up, because if you just open it up like this, it shows up like this. So, immediately after the date, you have to put ID underscore, and that gives you the functional website. It's a weird bug that's happened with them lately. But, yeah. We are Broadside Animation Studios. Broadside Animation Studios is a perfect storm of lovable characters, heartfelt stories, breathtaking graphical capabilities, and a long, diverse list of workers who have helped us with creating the wonder that is our beloved company. What have you created? Glad you asked. We are responsible for characters such as Bucky Beaver, most notably being featured in cartoons such as Bucky's Barbaric BBQ, Bucky and the Cattail Manor Phantoms, Trailer Troubles, and Bucky and the Tricyca. Along this, we have created other characters like Giovanni Goose, Olive Otter, Captain Walter, No Arm Nick, Pipsqueak, and many others. We are also well known for smaller shows such as Cryptic Tales from Crystal Creek, Wendy Wendigo, The Paper Pals, and a ton of other different shows. It all started with a rabbit. This design is wonderful. We had started several decades ago, starring with a man named Rex Broadside. He was very new to the animation field when he first made it big. He had started with his series called Blot in the Big City about a small cartoony rabbit named Blot, who we would often draw over top of photographs of his town he would take, where he would commonly interact with things around him. These cartoons, while simple, had blown the audience away. It was very often aired in theaters and was bringing in tons of money before Rex had accidentally sold off Blot to a different company in the process of merchandising the character. And then a waffle-tailed friend stopped by. Things were looking hopeless for Rex, who had lost his most popular creation at the time. He began to scramble, looking to create something that matched the success of Blot. Rex was still living in his mother's house, and his entire family was beginning to go through a phase of poverty. Things were not looking good for the Broadside family. That's when one morning, Rex's mother had woken him up with breakfast. She had gone out and had bought him waffles from a local diner. Rex wasn't even feeling hungry that morning, but he began to look into the food he had on his table. He began to experiment around with drawing a living waffle as a potential mascot, a way to humor the audience. However, he had just switched over and opted to create a beaver instead due to the similar tail shape. The first cartoon to feature Bucky, Construction Destruction, despite the crude artwork, had won over audiences on its first viewing, taking place in an entirely animated world this time around, and a peaceful resting place. Rex had unfortunately peacefully passed away on the night of July 2nd, 1968. While we do wish we could keep him forever so he could continue to inspire later generations, the thought of Rex will always be a very important thing to our studio and our community alike. He was buried out in the garden at Broadside Animation Studios. Rest, Rex. You've earned it. This is something we can click on, but whatever it is doesn't seem to be archived. Not really sure what that's about. I think that's the only case of an outside link on this website, and I think it's the only case of something that I'll be covering that's just completely missing. Still unfortunate to see. Studio Grounds. The wonderful world of Studio Grounds, now open. Studio Grounds is the best theme park for any family, any age. We have entertainment for adults, children, and every age in between. No matter what, you always find a way to enjoy yourself on the Studio Grounds property. We have several different parks, all located on the same property. You will never have to leave the property in order to have a good time at our parks. Tickets starting at $9.99 per person. Broadside Beach. Broadside Beach is closed. Thank you for the memories. And there's an image here, but it's missing, it seems, which is unfortunate. And contact. We're not accepting any form of contact right now. That is all for this website, but that's not all for this video. So we'll see you in the next few parts to this before we move on to something completely different. See you.